We're going to bring in Stephen Trad, who is a hiring and consulting expert. He's the regional director at Robert Half, which is a staffing agency. Stephen, we appreciate you being here, and I understand that Robert Half has just released a new survey looking at how employers are approaching the job market as it stands right now.
Yes, thanks for having me, Zach. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we recently released our demand for skilled talent, and some good news coming out of the research that we have. Employers right now are cautiously optimistic about the economy now and hiring here in the beginning of 2026. That's because as inflation is cooling and rate cuts are seeming to progress, and we're getting more comfortable with the policies of 2025, employers are starting to kickstart some of those projects and initiatives that lead to hiring that they held off on due to the uncertainty of last year. So it's really exciting because over 60% of managers are looking to hire permanent employees this year, and 55% are looking to hire contract staff. So we see the great news there, but also there's still going to be some shortness when it comes to certain skill levels and types of roles, filling types of roles. So we're really excited.
Stephen, one of the things we hear about a lot, you're not going to be surprised when I bring this up, is artificial intelligence. And anecdotally, we hear a lot from folks in the business community saying, and again, anecdotally, but saying things like, perhaps we don't need to hire for as many new roles as we would have 5 or 10 years ago. We can hire for a fraction of the number of new roles and lean on tools via AI to sort of make up the gap. Are you seeing that phenomenon play out at all?
We're really not seeing a ton of that right now. Small and medium sized businesses are utilizing AI to make their current employees more efficient. We aren't really expecting there to be a ton of layoffs due to this AI in general. Now, obviously, there might be some streamlining of processes, which might eliminate some more of those transactional roles, but we're not seeing a ton of it. When it comes to AI and what we saw from our survey is that employers are actually running into some challenges when they're hiring and they're getting these AI produced resumes where they're all looking the same. So it's making it much more challenging for employers to find that skilled talent. They're having to go through more resumes, do more screening, or they're even hiring employees who interview well and have had these fantastic resumes and then realizing after a couple of weeks they're just not a good fit.
That seems like a pickle a little bit for the applicants and the hirers, because we know that some applicants have been advised, hey, this is an AI market, buff up your AI skills. I haven't heard anybody saying, hey, use AI to create your resume necessarily, but this seems like a challenge
Yeah.
maybe for both sides of the equation. What advice do you give to those two sides of the equation, the applicants and the hirers?
So for the applicants, AI is a fantastic tool to help make your resume look great, but you want to make sure that you are proofreading the resume after it helps you put it together. A lot of times, AI, which is not perfect, it's a new technology, will put in information that's incorrect. It will make assumptions about things that you may or may not have skill wise. And then you're submitting a resume, and all of a sudden you're in an interview and you're like, I've never done that before. Check dates of employment. Really use it as a tool for you to just make your resume look good, spell check, etc. I would also recommend if you're using AI for your resume to use the prompt, do not change content. That will help, but you still need to proofread your resume. And then for clients, clients are just going to have to spend more time. So employers are going to have to spend more time digging into candidates' backgrounds during the interview process, doing skill testing, references, etc. Utilize a staffing firm, right? They spend a lot of time vetting candidates, giving them skill assessments. So lean on the resources that are available to you.
Stephen, we're short on time. I want to ask you this one last question, though, and kind of give you the floor to answer it. In just a sentence or two, could you tell us what is the biggest peril you see out there in the job market? And then what is the biggest, most promising opportunity in the job market? So the promise and the peril that you're seeing out there.
Sure. From a apparel perspective, it's not catching up to technology. Spend the time to learn how to use AI and other tech tools because if you fall behind, you're just not going to catch up. I always joke with those that I work with here. I don't want to be the guy that's like my mom who didn't know how to use the Blu-ray player, right, when I was a kid. So get great at technology, and AI tools are free. You can practice them at home. And then I would just say the shining light of things is back to AI. With these new technologies, there are going to be new roles. There would be new opportunities, just like when the internet was created, right? Everyone was afraid they were going to lose their jobs, and it just created more jobs. So there's a ton of opportunity out there right now. Be confident in your abilities, lean into tech, and I think you'll be great.
All right. Words of optimism from Stephen Trad. We appreciate it. Stephen Trad, we should note here, Regional Director at Robert Half. Stephen, we really appreciate it. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Zach. Have a good day.